Hey, it's Derek from Ideal Body. In this video, it's all about how to lose more weight by doing less. All right, let's get into it. All right, so this video is very important because everyone's busier than ever these days. Everyone has a million things to do. So if you can lose more weight by doing less, and not just less, a lot less, then you're gonna get the results you want without being frustrated, without struggling with time commitments, and just you'll be able to live a more healthy, enjoyable life. So what I'm gonna show you here today is how you can lose weight basically without doing anything that takes a lot of time. Very simple, very easy, and you'll be able to lose a ton of weight very, very quickly. So the first thing is, exercise is actually a pretty terrible way to lose weight. So when people think, okay, I got 10 pounds to lose, I have 20 pounds to lose, well, that means I have to go hit the gym, or I have to go do a bunch of cardio, or I have to go running, or I have to do all these things. Well, it's actually, that's the wrong way to do it, because exercise is not a great way to lose weight. It's more about what you eat on a daily basis. Now, I like to say it's about 95 to 5. 95% what you eat and how your body reacts to what you eat, and 5% the exercise, because what happens with exercise is, if you exercise at a high intensity level, like all these, boot camp classes, all these, home workout infomercials and DVDs where you're doing all this high intensity exercises, jumping, and you're dripping sweat after a half hour. The problem with that is you burn more calories doing that, but you also end up eating more calories after those workouts, because what they do is they ramp up your hunger hormone, which is known as ghrelin. And if you've ever done a workout, like a really intense workout, and you're super hungry afterwards, it feels like you haven't eaten in days or weeks, and then you end up eating more. And even if it's healthier foods, you're gonna eat so many more calories than what you burned off. So don't think about, oh, I gotta lose weight, now I gotta start exercising. Exercising is actually one of the last pieces I add in. Now, it's very important for heart health, for just having a healthy body, and for living longer and things like that. It's extremely important for that. But in terms of losing more weight, there's a lot of things that are a lot easier, a lot less time consuming that you can start doing. And I was actually listening to a podcast the other day with Joe Rogan. So he has a very popular podcast, and he was talking about, he went on vacation. And on vacation, he exercised every single day. He exercised every single day while he was on vacation, hard workouts, intense workouts, and he ended up still gaining 5 pounds. So that just shows what you eat is so much more important than the exercise that you're doing. All right, so the easiest and simplest thing you can do to start losing more weight by doing less is by limiting or cutting out the sugar. Now, I know that seems very obvious. It seems like a really obvious thing to say, but the thing is, a lot of people don't know that a lot of the food that they eat gets turned into sugar in their body. So, I'm not just talking about ice cream and brownies and cakes and all those things. Obviously, you want to start cutting those out, but there's other foods that you eat that actually get turned into sugar in your body. Things like bread, things like rice, things like oatmeal. Those type of foods end up getting broken down into sugar. So if you just start looking at them, you're basically eating a plate of sugar for dinner. That's how it gets broken down in your body. So if you start limiting that, your body can only use so much sugar at a time. So at any given time, your body needs about 1 teaspoon of sugar to run, to function normally. And you can easily get that from vegetables. So what happens is your liver stores a certain amount of sugar that it can use easily for energy. The rest of it can't store in there, so it ends up spilling over and getting stored on your body as fat. So when you're eating, bagels for breakfast, and then you're having a sandwich for lunch, and then you're eating some pasta or, some meal with a bunch of rice or something, or potatoes even at dinner, you're just dumping in all the sugar, because all those foods get turned into sugar in your body. Your liver can only use a very small amount of it for energy right away. The rest of it's got to go somewhere. It goes into your bloodstream, and then most of it ends up getting stored as fat in your body. So if you just start cutting out sugar and foods that get turned into sugar in your body, that's the easiest way that you can start losing more weight without even exercising. All right, the next tip is cutting out the artificial sweeteners. Now, I was addicted to diet soda for a very long time. I thought it's 0 calories, there's a bunch of chemicals in it, but all I cared about was the calories and the sugar count, and it both said 0, so I drank away. I was drinking 3, 4, 5 of them a day. What I didn't know is, first of all, sugar or artificial sweeteners are 6,000 times sweeter than sugar. So things like aspartame, Splenda, sucralose is another one. They have all these fancy names for them to try and hide them in the food. So when it says on the ingredient label, sucralose or aspartame, those are actually artificial sweeteners. They can get away with saying there's 0 sugar in there. The problem is, your hormones inside your body still treat those artificial sweeteners like sugar. So you still get that insulin response. You still get that fat storage response, because your body doesn't know what to do with them. These are fake chemicals. They don't know what they are. They taste like sugar. They're sweet. They're sweeter than sugar. So your body handles them the same way as sugar. So if you're drinking all these Diet Cokes or these 0-calorie sports drinks or 0-calorie like Crystal Light drinks, things like those that I was drinking for a very, very long time, it's doing you a lot more harm than good, because yes, you're saving on calories, but calories don't matter. It's how your hormones react to the food you eat that matters, and it determines whether they store them as fat or you burn them off for energy. So cutting out the artificial sweeteners, doing that, and not only just the diet sodas and the drinks, there's actually a lot of artificial sweeteners in foods too. So if you buy reduced fat, anything really, reduced fat cheese, peanut butter. What do? They take out the fat. The fat's what makes it taste good. So what do? They got to add in either more sugar or more fake sweeteners so it tastes good so people will continue to buy them. So start looking at the labels, start cutting out the artificial sweeteners, the aspartame, the sucralose, the Splenda. There's a million different names for them, and there's more research coming out that proves that they lead to a lot of horrible diseases, not just you gaining weight. So you're going to want to cut them out as quickly as possible. All right, and the third tip here is doing what I call quiet cardio on an empty stomach. Now I refer to quiet cardio as basically fat-burning cardio exercises that are easy on your joints. So they're low impact or even no impact. So they protect your knees, they protect your shoulders, your back, your ankles, everything like that. It protects them so you're not injuring yourself or feeling super sore after a short workout like you do with a lot of the higher impact, higher intensity workouts. Now I say do them on an empty stomach because when you do that, your body doesn't have calories to rely on for energy. So if you eat breakfast and you carb up like some people tell you to before your workout and you're eating a bagel or a muffin or whatever, your body's going to use those calories, those carbs, those sugars to fuel your workout, which is great unless you actually want to burn fat, because if you want to burn fat, you're never going to get to it if you're just burning up all the food that you ate a couple hours earlier. So I like doing my exercises and workouts on an empty stomach because when you sleep at night, your body's processed all the food it was eating, it burns through everything, it uses everything that it can, and then gets rid of the stuff that it can't use, and now what do you have left is your energy source, your stored fat. So your fat is basically just old food that you ate that can now be used for energy. So if you do a 10, 15, 20-minute workout, something super short on an empty stomach, you can get better results than doing a 45-minute workout later on in the day because you're going to start burning more pure fat for fuel. And when you do this a couple times, it basically reprograms your body. So then your body starts to pick up on what you're doing and it says, okay, now I know when I do these exercises and there's no food, I'm going to go straight to the fat stores and start sucking out that fat and start burning it off. So once you do it a couple times, it basically reprograms your body's super smart, and then it starts working faster and easier the more that you do it. So a couple exercises I like to do. One's called a total body extension. It's kind of a squat jump without the actual jump. So what you do is you have your feet about shoulder width apart. You just do a short little quarter squat. So you kick your butt out, quarter squat, arms all the way back, and then you swing up onto your toes. So you're just going back and forth. You don't need to squat all the way down. It's basically kicking your butt out, going up on your toes, swinging your arms up and down. Now once you got the movement down, because it takes a little bit of balance since you're going up on your toes, but once you have the movement down, then you can start increasing the intensity a little bit so we can go a little bit faster and get a little bit more work in. So these are called total body extensions. They're great, and they also, you're working your lower body. You're kind of getting that aerobic exercise, that cardio fat burning exercise in, and you're also working your shoulders here, lifting the arms up. So great total body fat burning exercise, one of my favorite ones. Another one I like to do is called plank to push-up. So this works your core, it works your shoulders, it even works your chest muscles a little bit. So with this one, we're down on the ground. And we start in the plank position. So the plank position is your forearms and toes on the ground. So as simple as this, nice and straight. And then you just go up to the push-up position and right back down. So this time you're squeezing your abs, you're bracing them as tight as you can, like you're about to get punched in the stomach. And then you're just going up and down on your hands. Now a modification for this is you can go on your knees. Again, a bit easier until you can go up on your toes. It's perfectly fine. Just do a kneeling plank and then go up onto the push-up and right back down. So you're just rotating up and down, working your shoulders, working the back of your arms, working your core, your abs, all in one exercise. Now, if you want to make that a little bit more tough, you can add the push-up in there. So when you go on the top of the movement, you can do a push-up if you want. I usually just take it out because I look at it as more of a total body, core, and ab exercise rather than cranking out a bunch of push-ups. All right, so if you want to lose more weight by doing less, start limiting the sugar in your diet. Now, we're not just talking about, again, the sweet, sugary foods that everybody knows about, but the foods that also get turned into sugar in your body. There are, dozens and dozens of them. Most that a lot of people don't know about, which is why a lot of people think they're eating healthy, yet the results never come. They keep gaining weight. They can never lose weight. It's because of these foods that are getting turned to sugar in your body without you knowing. So start cutting those out. That's the best thing you can do. Start cutting out the artificial sweeteners and the fake chemicals because they're just, your body doesn't need them. Your body doesn't know what to do with them. And the hormonal response it gives off is it starts storing more fat, just like it was real sugar, even though it's technically 0 calories. The calories don't matter. It's the chemicals in those artificial sweeteners, and they're just terrible for you. And then the last tip is doing the quiet cardio on an empty stomach. Pick a bunch of exercises you like doing. I demonstrated a couple here, the total body extension and the plank to push-up. Start just doing them on an empty stomach. When you get up in the morning, you don't need to go to the gym or anything. You can just do them in your bedroom, in your living room. You can do them in your pajamas if you want to. I've done that before when I've been super tight on time, and just do a couple for 5 minutes, for 10 minutes. It doesn't need to be super long. Just start getting in the routine of doing it. You'll start burning more fat, losing more weight by doing a lot less. So if you like this video and want to get a free gift on how to triple your fat burning overnight without exercise, guys, just go ahead and click the link in the description below. Let me know your best email address and I'll send it over to you 100% free. Just my way of saying thank you for watching this video. And if you like this video, go ahead and click the like button below. Comment below with anything you want me to cover in future videos. And don't forget to subscribe because I'm shooting new videos every single week to help you burn more fat and lose more weight quickly and easily.